After all the 262 RB gameplays I put up, I thought, yeah, maybe switch it up a bit and fly some Russian jets at the same ranking. Here we are in the MiG-9 late, and yeah, it is a very capable plane at 7.0, but it is completely different from the 262. But here, this match starts out very nicely because two of our MiG colleagues just crash on takeoff because taking off is hard in realistic. Not. Not sure what they are doing. But this puts out we are at a real disadvantage now. We have 3 fighters and 4 bombers. Yeah, we have 2 U4s, but they will be high up at the start of the match, so we have to hope that we not get clapped right at the start here, and I will try not to get caught up in low altitude dogfight with that plane, because other than the 262, which you can throw in some dogfights at lower altitude because it has a very good energy retention and you hold the speed very well even if you maneuver. That's not the case with the MiG-9 late. It is insanely fast. It is the fastest 7.0 jet in the game, but it cannot maneuver because, well, it can, but if you do, you lose nearly all of your speed. So it's a boom in zoom fighter only. You can only turn fight if you have backup, and even then most jets at 7.0 turn better than you will. And you also have a pretty hard to shoot cannon armament with slow velocity 23mm. Well, a bit better than the German Mark 108s, but not very good against something like the British Hispanos. And the higher velocity 37mm that can hit very hard but also throws you and sparks a lot and doesn't do a lot of damage in some cases. Even though I have to say I have the stock ammo on all of those. 23mm stock ammo is a good choice, but I think this 37 can use the air target ammo. Here at the start I try to avoid getting in any real dogfights and still build up my speed, because I know that my only advantage is against something like a Vampire or even something like an F-84 or a P-80 is my speed, and maybe my armament, because especially against the P-80, the M250 cars are, well, let's say, not that good in jet battles, because you need time on target, and generally you don't have time on target in jet battles. Only in some cases you have a time on target. Here we attack the B-57 and he gets his elevator, I think, and he crashes into the mountain. Now I'm really anxious that the P-80 or the F-84 will catch up to me, but I'm still flying over 800 kilometers an hour, so they cannot follow me. And in the MiG-9 late also has a pretty good climb rate for a 7.0 jets. Most jets at that ranking are really bad at climbing. they need high speeds, and then they can climb somewhat decent, but still not very well. The game is definitely not going in our favor at the moment. We are already 4 players down, 2 of them crashed on takeoff. It will get a bit better now, because I think the TU4 picks up the Canberra up there. And now, because I used my speed to get to altitude without pulling up too sharply and losing my energy again, I'm very far away from my teammates. With it was maybe not the best decision here. It will still work out somewhat decently for me, but this could have ended either way. The MIG-9 picks up, or I think one of our colleagues in the MIG-9 will get someone of the enemy team. I think the Meteor up there. But after that, I will be alone, without any fighter support. Luckily, the best thing here is that the vampire crashed. If the vampire was still alive, I would have probably had no chance, because the vampire can maneuver away from me every time, especially if I'm in a 1v1. And here I'm in a 3v1. I picked the nearest target here, going 960, and going for a head-on, because that's my only option here. I hit the P-80 in the wing, critically, but sadly it's still not enough to shoot him down here. The F-84 tries to follow me, but I'm just too fast for him, because he turned after fighting with the MIG-9 from our team, and I just zoom away. In that situation, it is really critical that I don't lose speed, because if I lose my speed advantage, I have no chance. If I cannot outrun them, all my options are out of the window. That is why the MIG-9 is, in my opinion, a lot harder to use than something like the 262 or the Meteor. With a 262 or a Meteor, you can always pull some insane moves or some risky moves and still come out on top, or still get some good shots in. That's not really working out great if you tried it in the MiG-9. Here we go head on with the next P-80, while the damaged P-80 is farming ground units. And I think I damage him pretty heavily here. So I know that he won't be able to maneuver with me or go into any serious fights. So my next priority target has to be the F-84. I'm also a bit damaged here. Got some damage on the engines and on the fuselage. But the MiG-9 fuselage is pretty durable. And you also have only very, very tiny fuel tanks in the wings, which are also pretty robust. I don't think I have burned out from a fuel tank fire in this plane ever. Which is completely different from something like the P-80, which will burn pretty often from the fuel tanks in the wings. Now, because I I think I lost the F-84 here in the clouds. Now I see him. I'm going flying a bit closer to the airfield here because I know my engines are damaged and I'm on a timer here. I tried to evade here this head-on because yeah, I wasn't sure if I could get a perfect head-on shot here. Then I roll out of the way again to avoid the F-84, and then I zoom away because I know that my energy is now too low, I'm too slow, and in that situation the F-84 has the advantage. Miraculously, at the perfect timing, the B-57 comes in. Not sure what his idea was. Maybe he wanted to try some the Tu-4s on the runway, but he turned away again. Now I'm going, even with damaged engines, close to 900 kilometers an hour here. And the F-84 does something that is, well, not very advised in this situation. It attacks the Tu-4 in a head-on, or at the on the ground, when all top turrets of the Tu-4 can shoot him. Yeah. he caught the short end of the stick, definitely. And now the B-57 tries to run, but yeah, he doesn't have a chance. And we snipe him with 137mm and knock his pilot out. Now I'll go for the landing, because I know that the both P-80s are also in for the landing and repairing because of the wing damage I inflicted on them, and so I can use the time to get rearmed and refilled and also repaired. And maybe I can get up just in time to guard the Tu-4s. Because the Tu-4s, they are very scary planes. But if they are low and the jets can boom and zoom them from any angle at any speeds they desire, the Tu-4 is not that OP. It is insanely OP at altitude when jets try to climb up and are not at their full speed potential, and so are very easy to hit compared to normal circumstances. Yeah. Yeah, so the only guys in the enemy team that are left are the P-80s that I damaged earlier. I will try to finish them off when I get in the air, up in the air again. In this match I have all flight performance modules apart from the engines, but I think I will get the engines after I finish this game. So now I only have the covers left to unlock from the structural part, which will boost the speed a bit more, which is the only thing that matters on this plane: speed, climb rate and acceleration. When it's stock, it's not very good, because then the only thing that plane has, the speed and the climb rate, is also not good. So you struggle a lot if you're in a stock MiG-9 late. And I can't even think of flying the normal MiG-9 at the same battle rating with even worse performance. Yeah, that's why I mostly skip the normal MiG-9 and only grind out the modules on the MiG-9 late. In simulator, there is still a difference. The normal MiG-9 has the 7.3 and the MiG-9 late has 7.7 BR, but in realistic that's not the case. Here I try to accelerate again and also get some altitude, while still staying near the TU4s, because I want to use them as my spotter aircraft and hide in the clouds while the TU4 will spot for me on the ground. I think the Swag Dragon here will also inform me that he sees the P-80 very low in front of him. I don't see it at the moment, but I think I have a clue where he thinks he is, and so I will turn in shortly and try to get near the TU4. Now I'm at an altitude and also at the cloud layer where I'm pretty sure that the enemy will not spot me if they are very low and attacking the TU4, which is very good in this situation, because if the two jets fly together and they spot me before I do, then I'm in big trouble. The only advantage here is that they know that they have to shoot down one TU4, otherwise the airfield would be gone in the air in no time. Because that's what TU4s do, kill airfields. And I completely miss out on the other P-80. I think the TU4 saw the other guy. I don't really know why he is completely ignoring me here at this, but yeah, maybe he is already focused on the TU4. Yeah, here don't get a hit in. And the P-80 gets set on fire by the TU4, which is not surprising. Not a surprise, because he was flying nearly perfectly in line with the backgunners of TU4, so not sure what he was thinking about this attack angle, because he had enough speed to attack from a different direction, more from the top or more from the side and back. Yeah. But the TU4 also gets shot down by the P-80, so now it's a 2-on-1 with bomber and me as a fighter. Now I try to get the P80 to turn away from the airfield, because the last thing I want is someone only waiting in his AAA at the airfield and drawing out the game. Even though maybe the TU4, I think he cannot finish the airfield because he told me he only had the 2,500 kilogram bombs. But I'm not sure. Maybe it would be enough. And luckily, he turns away. I think he already had enough here, and also tried to finish the game because his clanmate got shot down earlier. And I clipped the wing of the P80 with my left 23mm and set the fuel tank on fire. I also get damaged pretty heavily here, losing one engine and getting damaged very hard on the wing root. But yeah, the MIG-9 is definitely the more sturdy aircraft compared to the P80. And that's the game. Even though our two MiG-9 teammates crashed on takeoff, we were still able to bring that game home with the help of TU4 Sky Cancer. Yeah, that has to be said. Yeah. At the moment, I have those modules unlocked here. Not really going for the cannons, because the Russian default builds are decent. The performance of the MiG has to be improved to be competitive, in my opinion. Now, at this stage of unlocking the models, it is very competitive with 27 meters a second climb rate. I think that must be the best of all the jets in 7.0, and that gives you an advantage in a lot of fights. Hey guys, that's it. Peace out.